holocaust, any mass slaughter or reckless destruction of life. Welcome to Grumpy Vegan Grandad. Today is the 21st of January 2020 and today it is the 75th anniversary of Auschwitz and the Holocaust. So I had to think deeply before making this video. Although I'm not apologetic on my views on veganism, and I do understand that people can get offended, and especially on this particular subject, but I feel I have to talk about it because it is very much linked. It's definitely a toughie. So, the Holocaust was the mass murder of millions and millions of people who followed a particular faith that the Nazis considered subhuman, and the Nazis considered them responsible for all the problems that befell Germany before the Second World War. Their answer to this was to build concentration camps where people were kept in cramped conditions, starved and worked to death, and sent to gas chambers. It was just one big death factory. It was a disgusting, horrible, evil event in human history. A lot of Germans knew something was happening to the Jews. However, prior to these events happening, Nazi propaganda and conditioning did occur, and people really believed the lies that the Nazi government and the Nazi propaganda machine was pushing towards the people. And some people were complicit, knew it was going on, but didn't care to think about it. Some people had no idea what was going on. After the war, when the concentration camps were liberated, and more so Auschwitz, the local people, German population, were given a guided tour of the concentration camps, and the footage from it showed the horror that these people saw and the reaction to what they saw in those camps. And I can guarantee none of those people would ever be complicit or want anything like this to happen again. They would want it stopped. They did want it stopped. It was disgusting. So I see a Holocaust happening right now. And I don't use that word lightly. And I don't use that word with any disrespect to any of the Jewish victims, families of the Jewish victims, or anybody involved or associated or who survived that terrible time. No disrespect to those people whatsoever. But I see a Holocaust happening right now, and it's happening here in the UK and in every first world country in the world, basically. And the comparisons are just spookily alike. I mean, you look at footage of the people in the concentration camps, in stalls, crammed together, the looks on the faces, the fear, the treatment, and look at British factory farming or any factory farming and slaughterhouse footage of the animals being kept in the area of the slaughterhouse. It's very, very similar, and this has been going on for a long, long time. And we, as a nation, as a population, as the human species, we too are disconnected from it. We too know something's happening, but we don't care to accept it or acknowledge it. Just like those German people who were shown around the concentration camps after liberation, should we show the population of our country and take them on a tour around factory farms and slaughterhouses to show them? If not, why not? Slaughter on a mass scale in both camps. We could probably put animals in Auschwitz and put the victims of Auschwitz in the animals' position, and there wouldn't be much difference in treatment or conditions. No, this Holocaust is real, and I accept using the word Holocaust for the meat industry and for factory farming and for any farming of animals. I accept the word Holocaust because it is a Holocaust. It is mass slaughter on a massive scale. It is unnecessary slaughter on a mass scale. So it's out there, and that's my opinion. And again, I'll say no disrespect to the millions and millions of concentration camp victims, because they weren't all Jews. There were lots of Romanian gypsies. There was the disabled, mentally ill, homosexual. There was a lot of murder on a mass scale during Nazi Germany, and we need to compare it to what's happening to the animals, because the animals are sentient, loving, feeling, innocent victims of an industry that is unnecessary. So there we go. Please give me your I'm still thinking about it because it is a really, really touchy subject, but please give me your views in the comments below. And on another subject, coronavirus. Now, there's no big scare at the moment with coronavirus. It's happening in China. The percentage is about 2 or 3% of mortality, which is way below that of just general flu. But it's a sign that diseases can mutate and appear out of nowhere when it comes to animals, eating animals, and the way animals are kept. Apparently, this virus started in, the first cases were reported in the restaurant that keeps caged live animals on the premises. It's believed to be either bat meat or snake meat. But I think we should all be worried, because animals are kept in very, very cramped conditions, dirty conditions, in their own feces and piss. Animals are given antibiotics. In fact, most of the antibiotics on this planet are given to farmed animals. That is a two-pronged effect. The first effect is that you guys who eat meat are eating antibiotics. You are building up a resistance to antibiotics. So they reckon 20, 30 years' time, antibiotics won't work. What will that mean? Well, that will mean little Johnny's running down the road, he trips up, cuts his knee, gets an infection, dead. It's gone. Once he gets an infection, he's gone. And the other scenario is these animals living close together, we get just a normal virus like a flu virus. It can mutate. It can mutate and be resistant to antibiotics. Then it gets passed to humans, and then we have a pandemic, and bang, we're all going down. I hope there's nothing to worry about with this coronavirus, but could it mutate into something else? Still very frightening. Still very frightening, the fact that this is happening. So that's it. My little piece to camera about something that I've thought deeply about, and something that I've studied a lot is the concentration camps. It was a horrible, horrible time in history, and just pray it'll never be repeated. But that's it. Grumpy Vegan Grandad signing out. Just keep the peace. Go vegan. So, Grumpy Vegan Grandad signing out. Please help me build this channel. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and like this video, and please feel free to share it. But do that for me. I want to create more content, and I want to put it all out there. Thank you for watching.